What's up, world? It's your girl Lex, and you know what time it is. It's time to put me on game. And tonight, well, I say every night I do an interview, I have a very special guest, but I do because all my guests are extremely special. But tonight, I have my girl, my sis, one of my favorite persons in the entire world, Johnatha Camp. How you doing today, Johnatha?
I'm doing great, sis. How about you?
I'm blessed and highly favored, like I always say. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
You look good, girl. You look good.
Thank you. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, with the beat face and all. I'm trying to grow up and be like you.
I picked this up some. COVID-19 trying to hold me down, but I had to get right today.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, how have you been? We're going through a pandemic, COVID-19. The world has completely changed as we knew it. How are you doing? How are you coping?
Wow. Day by day, I will say, just trying to find new ways of being creative with the children, trying to help them out to not be so confined to wanting to freak out. Just being creative and just staying positive, talking to people like you, and just taking one day at a time, enjoying life. Life is short, and so I'm just trying to appreciate the small things. So yeah, that's how it's been here lately.
Life is absolutely short. You're right about that. So let's just jump to it. You said the kids. How many kids do you have?
I have 6 beautiful children. Yes.
You know what, Johnatha? I didn't know that you had 6 children.
Really?
I guess I thought 4, but I didn't know you had 6. That's a blessing.
Thank you.
That is a blessing. So did you come from a large family yourself?
Well, I do have, it's a total of 4 of us from my immediate family, and I am the youngest. All my siblings are 20 years older than me, so which is crazy. So yeah, it's been, it's been cool having a big family. There's always something going on. It's always active in the house, but it's a blessing though. They're my tribe. I love them.
So where are you from, Johnatha?
I'm from the QC,
You're from
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
I'm from Charlotte.
Okay, Queen City, Queen City. So you said all of your siblings are at least 20 years older than you. How was that growing up? Was it like, did you feel like you had more than 2 parents, growing up because your siblings were so much older than you?
I did. The funny thing about it is my sister, she's the oldest of us all. She's actually on the dot 20 years older than me. And everyone used to always think that I was her daughter. And she took me everywhere. She went to UNCC, and I used to go to class with her. She was my Beyonce, my Michelle Obama, and she still is to this day. I have such a high respect for my sister in so many ways. But yeah, all my siblings were always telling me what to do. But it was all in the name of love, though, because they want the best for me. But yeah, it was like that. So I had to learn how to have friends my age, and they became my sisters and brothers as well, people that were my age growing up. But it was awesome. I honestly think it was a blessing in disguise, because I was taught a lot of things that has helped me out today, seeing things at a younger age, seeing how adults operate. I grew up fast because I was around adults that were 20 years older than me, which my parents are 40 years plus older than me as well. So I was always around adults.
That is a blessing, that gives people like myself, probably giving my age away a little bit. And no, I'm not 40 yet, but it gives people like myself, hope and inspiration that, it's still possible to have children, later on in life. You don't have to have children when you're young and in your 20s, you can wait a while, but that's a blessing. Yes. Never knew you were the youngest, but now I know. So outside of your background, who is Johnatha Camp?
Wow. Multifaceted. I wear a lot of hats. I'm a comedian, from what my peers say. um, I'm definitely an artist through and through. Creative. I love art. I love dance. A lot of people don't know that about me. I like to dance. Man, what else about me? I just love life. I'm a serious person, but I am a fun person too. I am an introvert by nature. Surprisingly, a lot of people are surprised, but I am an introvert by nature. But once I get around people and I loosen up, I'm good to go. I love sports. I am an athlete by nature. Played sports growing up, played volleyball, basketball, and I also cheered as well. So I am an athlete. So I'm prissy, but I'm also, I'm an athlete.
Well-rounded. I feel like I'm like that. I could be prissy, but I was a tomboy one time, but I've always been an athlete. So we are well-rounded, But yeah. Okay, so you said you're creative and you said that you love to dance. So you danced when you were younger. You were an athlete when you were younger. Did you go on to college to do any of these things?
Well, actually, let's see, I've been dancing and been drawing and all that stuff since I was 2 years old. And I had the opportunity to perform for Star Search. My dance teacher thought that I would be a great fit. And it was between me and another young lady. And sadly, they chose her because she had longer hair than me, which was ridiculous.
TV.
Yeah, I mean, I can get a ponytail if I need to, if they really wanted that. But yeah, I danced for years, and then I stopped doing that and then started doing more athletics. And that's where I got a volleyball scholarship to Virginia State University in Petersburg, Virginia.
Yes, shout out to the HBCUs, to the CIAA specifically.
Yes, Trojan Pride. And then I transferred and went to UNCC like my sister, and became a 49er. So I didn't get a chance to really do what I wanted to do at UNCC because I was still under NCAA rules. That's a whole long story.
I know, clearinghouse. I know.
Yes, it's crazy, but yeah, that's what I did growing up.
That is amazing, Johnatha. I knew you went to Virginia State because we had that conversation before because, my sister went to Virginia State. And at one point, I wanted to go to Virginia State, but that's a whole nother story. But I didn't know that you played volleyball. I didn't know that you were an athlete.
Yeah.
I would have never known.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. So was there anything in your past or your upbringing that sparked entrepreneurship in you?
Absolutely. Like I was saying, piggyback off of what I was saying earlier, I grew up around a lot of adults, and a lot of people on my dad's side were entrepreneurs. I have a cousin that has one of the largest Black-owned logistic companies in Georgia, which is amazing. My uncle, he was a phenomenal realtor here in Charlotte for Century 21. He actually started Hyde Park off of Badersford Road. So he actually did the plans for that whole layout, and he was just amazing. And then my father, he was an entrepreneur as well. He went to John C. Smith University, and he actually went to school at first to be a doctor. He wanted to be the first doctor in his family, but that changed, and he decided to change his major to history and political science. So he double majored, and he ended up going to law school at Seton Hall, and he stopped doing that and actually became an entrepreneur, opened up a store in New York, and then he came back to Charlotte and opened up his store here. And he came from a small town, Carthage, North Carolina. That's like, they only have like one stoplight. But my family really pushed always having more than one leg of income. If one falls through, then you have another one to hold you up. So always have several legs of income. And then just the things that my parents had me watching, and just being around adults all the time. I was always around people who had more than one form of income. And so I'll be sitting there listening and like, oh God, so that's how they make money. And that's how they're able to buy this house and this car, you know. So I was always listening. And so it, you know, it's very important that, you know, even with children, you know, they're always watching. Always make sure you have the right things going in their ears and also what they're seeing, because it can have an impact later on in life. So, you know, I was blessed to have that around me.
Absolutely. So it's basically in your blood to be an entrepreneur. Like you were raised, you were born into it, you were raised up in it, and it's in your blood. And I think it's amazing that you were able to grow up around Black role models that had several different, you know, streams of income, because in today's society, especially in 2020, we saw it, you know, when the pandemic hit, it's a lot of people that didn't have different streams of income, and, you know, they fell into hardship because of that. So I think that it's really dope that you were raised up like that, and you were able to see that it's needed, you know. So at what age did you decide that you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Hmm. Let's see. I would say probably at first, maybe around 10 years old, because at that time, my parents, they both retired from the post office, but my dad always was doing things on the side. My mom's a seamstress. She's an amazing seamstress. She can draw, you know, make draperies, clothes, and my mom would sell aprons at the post office. She would sew draperies for people. My dad had a landscaping business. So at that time, I was like, well, maybe I need to, you know, sell something. So what I did was, at the school that I went to, I actually created melanated pens. So they were heads. And I painted them black. And I used to take different material, African material, or just very colorful material, and I would wrap the heads, and I would sell them at school, and I would give them to the office staff. So it started then. I'm like, oh, I can do this, you know. And so I would say it started at 10, but it didn't fully manifest until after college, when I was like, okay, I think I need to have my own business for real, for real. You know, I feel like that's the way to go.
So you were basically ahead of your time with the melanin, honey. You were ahead of your time. 10?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really great to hear. So when did you decide that you wanted to be a makeup artist specifically?
Wow. Let's see. When I was in college, let me see. To make money, I would do the doobies. You remember the doobies back in the day?
Girl. Oh my gosh. I was just talking about that to somebody. Doobies. Do you remember the doobie shop?
Yes.
Oh, doobies were the thing back then. Now, we just showed our age for real, but doobies. Okay, so for those that don't know, doobies are a hairstyle. It's kind of like a wrap with I guess a bounce to it, because you put the big rollers in it to get the volume in the top, and then you wrap the rest of it. Girl, doobies.
I sure
So
did.
if you're listening and you don't know what a doobie is, you need to Google it or ask your mom. Your mom probably knows. Anyways, so you used to do the doobies when you were in college. Okay.
Doobies, and then I was still doing makeup on myself, and you know, a lot of my friends was like, oh girl, can you do my face? I'm like, sure, you know, but I was nowhere near what I am today at all, not even close. But I did have a gift because I'm an artist. I'm like, okay, I got this. But yeah, that kind of sparked it a little bit, and then I transitioned to, well, I'm gonna be, you know, the first doctor in the family. So I transitioned to that same type of mindset that my dad had. And then it wasn't until 2000 and I want to say 2009. There's a local contemporary gospel artist here by the name of Roosevelt that gave me an opportunity to do makeup for her music video. And she's actually like a second mother to me. And when I did it, she was like, listen, you should do this. Like, you have a gift. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. And it really wasn't until one of my best friends got married, and the makeup artist at that time, she was doing Fantasia's makeup. And I was like, listen, I got to learn more about this. I have a gift, but I really need some fine tuning. Can I talk to you about it? And so that conversation led into me meeting up with her. Her name is Joy Randall.
Shout out to Joy.
Shout out to Joy. And she invited me out to her studio that same day. She hired me as her apprentice the same day. And about a month and a half later, she took me on VH1 to assist her with Fantasia's reality show. And it's just been snowballing from there. But honestly, I will say it was 2009 that sparked it. It was just, you know, Miss Roosevelt telling me, listen, you got this, girl. You got a gift. Like, did you realize, you know, like who you are? And that never left. And so when the opportunity presented itself, and that's why I tell people always, you know, when that opportunity comes, go for it. And so I did. I was scared. I'm not going to lie. I was scared to ask Joy, can I work under you? But I did it. And thank God I did, because from that, she fine-tuned my skills, showed me the ropes of the business. And ever since then, it has been snowballing for the past 10 years. I have been in the game, and I'm so grateful.
Absolutely. Yes. Johnatha, you know what? I was thinking the other day about how you used to do my makeup on, you know, the fashion show sets and whatnot. And I never knew that you were an apprentice under Joy. I guess I just thought you and Joy, I don't know, owned a business together, but I never knew that you were an apprentice under her. And looking back at it, like, you were the bomb back then. And you're amazing now.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, as a Black woman, you know, we face a lot of challenges in any field that we're in. What are some of the challenges that you faced as a Black female entrepreneur?
Ooh, surprisingly, not too many. I would say not too many, but I have. And I will say some have been with my own people. I just think that a lot of times they may have felt that because my skin is melanated, that maybe I didn't have the experience, or I didn't have the business savvy or what have you, but they were completely wrong, you know, down to, you know, do you have my color? Like, do you know, it's just, I'm like, I'm an artist, I would have your color. Or it's just me being melanated. They may felt like, you know, someone who's of Caucasoid persuasion would know more than me, would have more connections than me, and things of that nature. And so, you know, I got through that. I'm pretty good at not showing how I feel if somebody says something that's like, you know, but I kept it together, and then I actually end up gaining their respect in the long run. And then to the point where, you know, I have clients that are Asian, East Indian, Persian. I just have a plethora of races of clients. And so I'm grateful for that, because, you know, it can be hard in this industry, especially with not only being melanated, but have natural hair. They may be like, I don't know about you. But once they saw my skills, I just let my skills speak for itself. Sometimes I just wouldn't say anything. I would just set up my stuff, and then I get to meet in their face, and it's just like, oh, okay.
Well, damn.
Yeah. So that, and I just honestly think that just, you know, treating people how I want to be treated has really got me into a lot of doors, and just not being bougie and just, well, I'm not going to do that type of thing. You know, I think that has really helped me. So I haven't experienced too much of that, but I have experienced some, but I got through it. I'm like, hey, it's gonna only make me stronger.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a small thing to a giant. So it's crazy that you said, well, it's not crazy that you said sometimes it's your own people, because I totally understand that. But it was always the opposite for me when I was on set,
Mhm.
especially with fashion shows. Like if I saw a Caucasian woman, I would be nervous, and I would, you know what? It was one time where I didn't have my own foundation. And then after that, and it was a Caucasian woman that did my makeup, and I looked like I was casket fresh, ready to be put in the ground. But so it was the opposite. So then I always started bringing my own foundation, and I would get excited when I would see you, Joy, IKEA, like Asia, any of the Black, makeup artists in Charlotte. I would be excited when I would be on set and I would see y'all, because it was the opposite for me. So it's kind of messed up that, people would judge you um based on your race. But hey, they do that to us every day. But again, like you said, you get to beat in their face, and then they shut their mouths. No. Oh man. So I've known you for some years now, and you are always grounded. You're extremely humble. Like, how do you stay grounded? You do so much. You have 6 kids. You're here, you're there, you're always busy. Like, how do you stay grounded and humble like that with everything that's going on?
Mm. Um, well, I know that, I wouldn't be able to do anything, live, breathe, talk, of course, without God, number one. So that has been my foundation, that spiritual foundation. Like, listen, you wouldn't have been able to do what you do without him. Um, I've seen the way my parents have interacted with people, and just the life lessons they have given me. Never think that you're better than somebody else. I've had my husband tell me, stories about his papa would say, you may think you can beat somebody, but there's always somebody bigger that can beat you, or somebody that's always faster. So those things keep me grounded. And then, just knowing that I'm always learning. Even though I've been in the game 10 years, I still feel like there's a lot for me to learn. I'm always learning. And I feel like when you stop learning, you die. So,
Mm. Say that one more time for me.
when you stop learning, you die.
Mm.
So as long as there's breath in my body, I will keep learning to be a better me, to tighten my skills, and all of that, because I want to be the best that I can be. But I truly believe that it's my parents, my peers. I surround myself with the right kind of people. I have clients who have become friends like you. You're my sister. I gleam off of you. I gleam off of others, and just making sure I'm in the right company of people, that means a lot. Iron sharpeneth iron. I have people that don't mind telling me the truth, like Johnatha, you need to tighten up on X, Y, and Z. And I know it's all in the name of love, because if they didn't tell me, then they don't love me. And so things like that has kept me grounded. And then meditation. I have learned to do more meditation. I'm learning more that is definitely needed. Just center yourself, calm down, turn down the noise, and just breathe. And I think that has helped me a lot. And then of course my children, my family, everything that I do it for them. I want, every generation is supposed to get better and better. So I hope they take my torch and just take off. So that's what keeps me grounded.
Absolutely. And you're doing a wonderful job with the torch that your parents and your family have passed on to you. And I know that your kids are going to do a phenomenal job after you pass it to them. You're such an inspiration. I just love everything about you. Like I said, your spirit, it's genuine, and you're always so humble. Like, I don't know if I've ever met a person like you, but keep doing what keep doing what you're doing, and keep inspiring people. Keep giving love. You're such a loving person. and just keep sharing that with the world and keep beating faces, honey. Yes. Whenever I get married, I know I've told you this before, but honey, whenever I get married,
I'll
I'm
be
calling Johnatha.
I'll be there.
Yes, yes.
Dressing all black.
Y'all, so everybody that's listening, Johnatha is hands down with a landslide my favorite makeup artist ever. I can sit in her chair and I don't have to look in the mirror afterwards. I don't have to pull out my own foundation. I don't have to tell her that I like a lot of highlight, that I want to be contoured to the gods. Like I love pink lipstick. I don't have to tell Johnatha anything. It's almost as if I'm her muse. Like I can sit down in her chair and she can transform me. No mirror needed. Get up and go. And I know that I'm going to look phenomenal. So you're my fave.
I love you.
So, looking back, on your life and knowing what you know now, what would you tell 15, 16-year-old Johnatha?
Ooh. I was just thinking about that about a month ago. Because my twin daughters are in that pre-teenage stage, so they're 12. And so I was just thinking about, how I was thinking at that age. So what I would tell little Johnatha at 15, number one, do not live your life being ruled by fear. Fear is such a facade on so many levels. Definitely bask in your uniqueness. Own it. Rock yourself. And if they can't get with it, oh well, let them kick rocks, because you are genuine. Nobody else has your fingerprint, period. That's what makes everybody so unique in this world. That's why nobody should hate on each other. We all have our own unique thumbprint. That's amazing to me. I would have told myself, go and do it. Don't let your own self hold yourself back. And also don't feel like because you have gift, talents, and abilities, that's going to make somebody else feel uncomfortable. Oh, well, they have to get over it. If God blessed me with these gifts, it would be a disservice to the Most High for me to not operate in my gifts and be great. I need to be used up when I go to the grave. I need to give everything I've gotten. So I would have told myself, listen here, Johnatha. Now, you're going to have to come out of this fear. Now, I know you're shy, but you can get over that. And definitely continue to love yourself. Self-love is the best love. Embrace your cheekbones. Surprisingly, back then, I hated that I had cheekbones, only because I felt like when I smiled, I couldn't see my eyes. But that was bad too, because my cheekbones, my features, it's a reflection of my ancestry. I can't disrespect them that came before me, so own it. So a lot of those things, just embrace yourself, love yourself, get out here, and do what you got to do, and own it. And I should have started a business then. I could have done it, because I heard about a lot of children that had started businesses at 10, 12. I think there was a young man who started a chocolate popcorn business. I don't know if you remember that, but it was years ago. A little boy started that, and I was like, I could do something like that. But once again, I let fear hold me back, because I'm worried about what people are going to think. And that's another thing. You cannot worry about what people are going to think or what they're going to say. Let them talk. Let them think. I can't control that. It is what it is. People talk about you, good. People talk about you bad. Oh, well, just deal with it. But I would have told myself that growing up.
So what age or what in your life made you get over your fears and gave you that confidence? What happened?
Mm. Um, Past lessons. Because I was naturally shy, my mom, they still put me in dance, they put me in theater. And I always had to come out of my shyness to do those things. So I would look back and be like, okay, well, I got through that. So this is nothing different. Maybe a different level, different place, different situation. But that, and I heard somebody say that they wasn't going to do something because they were afraid that the customer wouldn't like what they did. And that was their reason for not pursuing a business. And I'm like, I can't let that be the case. So I've always said, listen, I can't do that. I can't let that be the case. But my ancestry, my daddy, my mom, my dad, my uncles, my aunts, I want to continue the legacy. I want them to be proud of me. So that helps get me going, keeps pushing me forward.
Amen. Amen. So put me on game, sis, and leave me with the most important quality that an individual must have to be a successful entrepreneur.
Wow, that's a good one. You have to be disciplined. And you have to create good habits. You have to. It's a day in and day out thing. It's something that does not stop. If you're the type of person that starts something and doesn't finish it, this is not for you. Being an entrepreneur is not for punks at all. At all. You may find yourself struggling financially or mentally. You may hit a block, but you have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined, and you have to create good habits intentionally. You have to intentionally do it. If you don't, then you're not going to make it.
You're right about that. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak-hearted. And I'm gonna piggyback off of where you said you may be broke. I do know, and I've said this before, I do know that we're in the age of social media and people see instant gratification on social media, and they expect for entrepreneurs to jump into the game or whatever lane that they're in, and they expect for them to be, or themselves to make money immediately, and this is the reason why I started this platform, this podcast, because I want people, younger people, specifically younger Black people, and kids, teens, children, whatever. I want them to be able to see the real side of entrepreneurship outside of what they see on Instagram, outside of what they see on, reality shows, or may read on the blogs or see on the vlogs. I want them to see the nitty gritty, the behind the scenes. I got it. You know how kids say, I got it out the mud. I want them to really hear the stories of how people got it out the mud. I want them to realize that you're not going to make money, your first couple years, maybe your first 10 years, depending on the lane that you're in. But I just want them to know the real. I want them to know that, like myself, I have so many different hustles. I was sitting at the table sewing today because I got to get these sweatshirts out. Like, I bartend, so I may have to go and do that tomorrow. So I want younger people to see the real side of entrepreneurship, the side that you're on before you get to the success. And the success is not going to come overnight. You're going to go through trials and tribulations, challenges. But like you said, you have to be consistent. You have to be intentional with your goals, and you got to keep moving. You hit that roadblock, you regroup, get some water, some food, and keep it pushing, But yeah, that's why I created this platform. And I like to ask people that question in the end, just to I guess, get a gist or try to see where people are mentally, and see what they feel like people need to, qualities that people need to have in order to be successful. So Johnatha, I got a surprise.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I like surprises.
So I always do this at the end of my interviews. I didn't send you these questions because I want them to be a surprise. I want to do a couple of rapid fire questions with you. If you're okay with that.
Yes.
Okay. So if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Ooh. Good God Almighty. It's a tie.
Okay.
It would be to run extremely fast, and fly.
Okay. So extremely fast, you talking like Justin Gatlin, Usain Bolt fast, or you talk about like faster than that?
I'm talking about like Marvel characters. um, for real, I don't know. I just always wanted to move fast, just get here, get there. Maybe because, I've always got something to do, and I'm like, oh, if I had more than one me, I can do what I need to do. So if I can run fast, hey, I can accomplish a lot. And then flying, just seeing the world from a different perspective. It's just, I think it's calming, I think it's reassuring, and it's just, I don't know, it just gives you that boost of, I am great. I don't know, I just would want to do both of those.
That's how I feel when I'm on a plane going on vacation. I am great. I'm flying, y'all know.
Yeah, like I'm on top of the world.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your ultimate get it done song? Like, you have a lot of things that you need to do tomorrow. And in order to get them done, you got to play this one song. What's that one song that you would play?
Ooh, let's see. My children would laugh at me because I'm constantly listening to music. Contrary to what people believe, I do love rap music, okay? That keeps me going. I do have a little Tupac in me now, but man, I mean, it's a tie. It depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm getting ready for what's for like a makeup appointment, or you mean just like anything?
Anything.
I would say sometimes it would be I'm a boss.
Okay. Okay.
I'm a boss.
You feel I'm a boss?
Yeah, I'm a boss. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. Definitely Beyonce's I'm a Diva, or God, it's so many. Oh, it's so many. It just depends on the mood I'm in. It could be some Tupac, it could be some Naughty by Nature, Hip Hop Parade. I may take it back to that. It could be some Little John and the East Side Boys. It could be some Pastor Troy. It's just
yes.
I just love to be hyped. Just get me going, get on my level or whatever. You name it. If it's hype and it has a good message, I listen to it. Not everything, but
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I love Black culture, yo. Like, there's nobody better than us.
Yes.
Nobody. And our music, everybody wants our music. Everybody wants to be like us. Everybody wants to emulate what our musicians do. And that's since the beginning of time. But that's another discussion.
Yes.
So, eyelashes or eyebrows?
Ooh, now why would you do that to me, sis? How could you do that? Oh my God.
You only get one.
That's hard because eyebrows frame the face. But lashes does give you that nice touch. So I say lashes.
Okay.
Because I'm a girly girl, Have to blink.
So matte lipstick or gloss?
Oh Lord. Gloss.
Oh, gloss?
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's hard. If it's like Max, shout out to Mac Cosmetic. If it's like the Ruby Woo, then Max. That's
The
you
candy
have to,
yum yums.
candy yum yums. Yep. But I love a good gloss.
Okay. Have you tried, since we're speaking of mattes, have you tried Lip Bar?
Yes,
I love them.
I do too.
Yes. Shout
Yes.
out to the Black brands, Lip
Oh,
Bar.
yes.
Absolutely.
Doggone thing.
They have some really nice matte colors. You know, I'm into all the mattes, all of them, but they have some really nice matte colors. Um, Foundation or concealer?
Mm. Foundation.
Okay. So if you had to do a face right now, you would do eyelashes,
Mm-hmm.
gloss, and foundation.
Look how you did. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, that's dope. So name one thing you're afraid of.
Ooh. Bugs.
Bugs.
I am afraid of bugs.
Mika said she was afraid of bugs.
Yeah, I can't stand them. When I get to heaven, 100 years from now, I'm gonna ask the creator, like, listen, what is the point of having bugs? But obviously they have a purpose because he wouldn't create them if that wasn't. But yeah, I can't stand bugs. Everybody knows it too.
They're not that bad. Not that bad. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, my feet getting wet.
What?
Yes.
So how do you
I know.
you shower? Wait a second.
That's different.
Explain this.
Let me be more specific. I don't like if you get wet socks or something like that and your feet or
Okay.
if I'm getting out the pool, like every time I have gone to the pool, like that is the first thing that I dry when I get out the pool. It's weird. I can't explain it. Yeah. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Wow. Okay. Now I know. Don't spill no water on Johnatha's toes.
Don't do it.
Oh my gosh. This was such a great interview. Thank you so much, Johnatha. Again, you are my fave. I love you so much. You're such an inspiration. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep beating faces. Keep inspiring people, period. Keep making women and men, whomever, Ivy, goodness, whoever's faces you do, like, continue to make them feel good, because you make me feel really good when you beat my face, honey. You make me feel like I'm Naomi Campbell or somebody out here. But keep doing what you're doing, and I love you. And before you leave, before I let you go, I want you to tell the world where to find you, like your social media platforms and your website.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at jcampmua. You can also book your appointment through email at jcampmua@gmail.com. I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I don't mind traveling at all. But yes, that's where you can find me.
Yes, she will travel if the prices are right. No. Thank you so much, sis. I love you. And you have a wonderful night. And tell your family I said hi. And hopefully I'll be in Charlotte soon and I'll come get my face beads.
Yes, come on, girl.
But thank you. Good night.
Thank you for having me. Good night.